The following segment is sponsored by Visit NC.
Americans ready to travel have their sights set on beautiful scenery and the great outdoors. And it doesn't get much better than North Carolina, where local businesses, residents, and visitors all make it their nature to preserve the state's outdoor spaces for future generations. Whit Tuttle, the director of Visit NC, is here this morning to talk about it. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. First, I know you're seeing visitors come to North Carolina because they want to get back to a better place. What's happening there?
Yeah, exactly. We've all been basically hibernating for the last year and a half, and I think people want to get back to a better place in their heads, but also the easiest way to do that, I think, is to get back to a better physical place, to get out, get on vacation, go see something and relax. And so I think that's what people are doing there. They're looking to get to a better place.
All important things. And you have partnered with Outdoor NC to help keep North Carolina's outdoor spaces beautiful, from mountains to beaches. People all want to do their part to protect the beautiful places they love. And the hashtag you're using to promote that effort is Make It Your Nature. So tell us what that means.
Yeah, really, so many people haven't been outdoors in a year and a half, or a lot of people hadn't been outdoors at all. And so we wanted to make sure that when they got out there, they understood what to do and what not to do. Nature's beautiful, but it's also dangerous and fragile. So we wanted to make sure people had that in their memory bank of the right way to behave out there to protect themselves and to protect the places they visit. We wanted it to be so easy for them that it would just become sort of second nature. And so they would make it their nature to do the right things when they're out in the outdoors.
So through social media, people are encouraged to even show where they're exploring and how they're making it their nature, to follow the 7 Leave No Trace principles. Now, those principles can be found on the website outdoornc.com. We've got them on screen now. So the first one is plan ahead and prepare. You encourage people to learn about their destination and familiarize themselves with its regulations and safety matters. The second is stick to trails and overnight right. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. So many people come to North Carolina in the fall. They want to see the beautiful trees with the leaves turning all different colors. They don't realize that the ground they're walking on is just as important to the ecology as many of the trees that they're looking at. So it's really important that people are careful how they travel in the outdoors, that they stick to the trails, that they camp in the spots they're supposed to camp. Otherwise, they could do an incredible amount of damage to the landscape and really cause some long-term problems. So that's the key there, is really when you do go out, stay on the trails.
Absolutely. And then principles 3 through 5 are easy for people to understand. Trash your trash, leave it as you find it, and be careful with fire. What should we understand about principle number 6, which is keep wildlife wild?
Yeah, that's a really important one. We have a place called Cataloochee Valley where we have elk. And if you've never seen an elk, they are big animals. And so a lot of people haven't seen them, and they want to go see what they're all about, but you really need to be very careful. They're wild animals, so they really are wild. They can be dangerous. You can also cause a lot of harm to them, and that's whether it's elk or it's bear out in the mountains or even the wild horses on the coast. In some cases, it's not only dangerous, but it's illegal to interfere with these animals. So we just recommend that everybody leave the wild animals to be, watch them from a distance.
Right. And I think people want to do the right thing there. The next one is share our trails. This is because people have a range and skill levels and different ideas about how to enjoy the outdoors. And there's room for all of them in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, I think that's the key. Everybody has their own pace, and I know everybody wants to get a great selfie somewhere of a beautiful landscape. Well, there are plenty of them, and if we just share it, it'll be a lot better experience for everyone. Let everybody get up, let everybody take their turn, maybe take a different trail than some of the other people. That'll help spread the experience out and give people a better chance of that great feeling you get when you're in the outdoors.
Well, you make sure it's as enjoyable as possible, and everybody can really feel good about traveling across North Carolina and exploring all the attractions you have to offer. Those include mountains, culinary adventures, wine country, waterfalls, barrier island, beaches, golf, and so much more. So what recommendations do you have for people who are looking to plan a trip?
Yeah, my recommendation is try to go someplace you've never been. Make this a new experience. There are so many beautiful areas out there. A lot of them are unexplored. And if you haven't tried it, you never know, it may become your favorite spot to go to from now on. Also, I recommend go during the week. A lot of places get filled up on the weekends and see a lot of traffic. So if hey, do a Zoom meeting and get out and do your job from a beautiful place.
Absolutely. Some great options and some great advice. And people can learn a lot more about all the things to do in North Carolina. And they can also find travel guides. It's at visitnc.com. So everybody will want to make it their nature to visit North Carolina, leave it just as beautiful as they found it. Whit Tuttle from Visit NC, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.